Yeah, we get on the bus.
Whatever you want, we can go and get it done. We can drive all night.
Okay, I'm recording you.
See the stars. Whenever you want, we can go and have. When I was in Ohio for my first week, I decided to visit Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. When I first saw the reviews, I expected it to be fun. But this incident did not make it that fun. So I arrived at Kings Island, and already when I just stepped out of my car, a man walks over to me and asks me for a lighter. I told him, sorry, I don't smoke. But he kept pleading for a lighter. I ignored him and I walked in the park. About 30 minutes after me getting in the park, I go to the restroom to use it. The man's in there washing his hands. I tried to ignore him my best, but then he says, can I please borrow a lighter? It's for my wife, I need it. I told him sorry again, and I walked out. Sure, yeah, I had to pee, but I wasn't gonna go in there if he wasn't there. So I walked out again. I didn't see him for the whole day. I was riding rides, having fun, doing everything. I didn't really remember the man. All the rides got the incident off my mind. But when I was leaving, it was very dark. It was around closing time, but I was the last person leaving. I started heading out and walking out of the amusement park. Halfway to my car here. Hey! I turn around and the man is there. About 10 yards away from me. This time he has a black coat on. And he had a black coat on. And some kind of I don't know what it was, but it was something around his neck. And then he tells me to come over here. I told him sorry, I'm going home. And then this is where stuff turned from weird to beyond disturbing. The man all of a sudden pulls out a knife and starts charging me with it. I hear him running my car, but he's already there. He starts kicking in the door. He's trying to slash my tires, but luckily I got away. When I got home, I looked at my car, and the man did some damage. I was considering calling the police, but there was nothing I could do. Because the man was probably already gone by now. The next time I went to Kings Island was about 2 years later, and I didn't see him. I don't know what that man wanted. I don't know why he was using a lighter as an excuse. I don't know why he wanted to get in my car. He probably wanted to do something far worse than just rob me. When I was younger, I was very dumb. I wasn't really that mature. If you told me to come in your car because you had candy, I would probably have done it. Up until this incident. So back when I was 8 years old, me and my family decided to go to Kings Island. So we got there, and I was very excited to go on the rides. I started rushing in, but my mom told me to stop. I nearly got hit by a car. That was very scary. But that did not ruin my day. So I walked into Kings Island and had fun. But at one point, I had to go to the bathroom, and both my parents and my sister were in the bathroom. I got done all before them. I was getting a drink of fountain water, all of a sudden someone tapped my shoulder. I turn around and it's this guy. Hey, little kid, your mom told me to pick you up. It's time to go. I'm sorry, what? This man was standing there. He's wearing a white suit and green shoes. I don't know, it was the most random outfit someone could pick that. It looked like the cheapest thing you can get at Party City. I don't know why, don't ask me, but I somehow actually believed him. I started walking out of the amusement park with him. But right when I got to say about the front of the park, an employee came over and asked the man, do you know this kid? The man shook his head yes. Then he asked me, do you know this man? I didn't really know what to say, so I didn't say nothing. And all of a sudden, the man grabbed me and picked me up and started running out of the park. But luckily, security stopped him, and they tased him. They picked me up and got me back to my parents. That was very scary. Be careful, don't follow strangers. When I was 16, me and my friends would always go to Kings Island to go to the haunted attractions. I say about a year ago, we went to Kings Island for the haunted attractions. I loved the vibe, it was very cool. We barely rode any rides that day. All we did was go to haunted houses. The night was getting very intense. We got hungry, so we decided to go to Starbucks at Kings Island, because they obviously have a lot of restaurants open there. So we ate there and decided to go back to our haunted house. This haunted house is very decorated. Spider webs in every corner. The floors were very dirty. It was creaky. And of course, blood everywhere too. Obviously, fake blood. I hope so. So as I was walking through the haunted house, somebody tapped me on the shoulder. I assumed it to be one of my friends, but I looked over and there was nobody there. I thought somebody was messing with me, but I finished the haunted house. We all did. Now, I'm sure I didn't tell you my friend's names yet, but for the privacy reason of the story, their names will be John and Matt. So John and Matt were already there before I was. So I got out, and I saw this man dressed out. He stepped out dressed in a Scream costume. I thought maybe he was the one that could have tapped me on the shoulder. But I didn't really think too much of it. We started walking home, man. The pig. Sorry about that. We started walking home, and the man dressed in the Scream mask started following us too. But about the time we were out of the music park in the parking lot, he was still following us. Our house was just around the corner for Kings Island, so we didn't really need a car. But about when we was out 10 minutes away from the house, we looked back, he was still following us. If it was a joke, it had gone way too far by now. We ran, so did he. We stopped, so did he. We walked, and so did he. We were very confused. I yelled out. Before I could do that, all of a sudden, I heard a scream. Like if someone was dying or something. We hurried and ran all the way back to the house. I don't know who screamed. If it was that man dressed up in the suit, or if it was somebody else. We hurried and ran to the house, all catching our breath, given time to examine what just happened. Me and my friends started talking among us, when all of a sudden, we heard the gate close. And then, through the gate came the dude in the Scream mask. Luckily, John's parents were home. His dad came out with a shotgun and aimed it right at the man. The man pleaded not for him to shoot, and that he's only 27. His dad told him to get out the property and never come back. I wish John's dad would have made the man take off his mask and see who he actually was. The next day, we contacted Kings Island. They told us they had no such employee dressed in a Scream mask. I've been going to amusement parks for a very good portion of my life. But I never really think about the accidents that could occur on amusement parks. This is not really a scary thing of somebody or some kind of ghost doing something cliche stuff. It's about the scariest moment of my life. So back like 3 years ago, I went to Kings Island. It was just me. I was 23. So I walked in the park, rode a few rides first. But when I got on the Diamondback, for some reason my sheet restraint came up, but we wasn't on the ride yet. I was still sitting in the station. But luckily, they put my restraints down. I didn't really think too much of it. I thought that it just malfunctioned one time. So we went up. I say at the top of the hill, all of a sudden the restraints came off. I was so scared. And then after that, somehow the restraints came down before we went down the hill. I was so scared the whole ride. I was holding my seat. Or the restraints, you could say. I was holding it down so I wouldn't fall. At the end of the ride, and about 3 days later, I actually did record this encounter, but it was on my old phone, and I broke it, and I can't get the files off of it. But in the background, I saw someone sabotaging my seat. That's very scary. If a restraint comes up during a ride, don't ride it. Now, I don't regularly go to amusement parks, but this frequent incident scared me to death, and you're about to learn why. So back when I was 19, I went to Kings Island. I got in the park and rode a few of the rides, but when I was specifically on Mystic Timbers, when all of a sudden I was in I was in the shed area when I saw somebody like in the shed area. It was a design of the ride, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look it up on YouTube. Mystic Timbers front row seat. In the shed area, there was somebody standing there. It looked to be an employee. He was waving me over. I had no idea what that meant, but I was in a ride, so I couldn't really do nothing. He was dressed in like a red suit and had a white cap on. I didn't know a thing, nothing. I got off the ride and rode some more rides. So, at one point, I was walking down the main way. I was going to get on the train to go to the water park, but I saw the same employee hiding by a bathroom, waving me over again. I can see that he was repeating the same line, but couldn't tell what it was because he was far away. I had no idea what this employee wanted, but I couldn't wait to go to the water park, so I got on the train and went. Back when I was in the 6th grade, kids used to pick on me, so I'm very insecure about my feet, so I actually wear shoes to the water park. So maybe this is why this happened. But anyways, I got to the water park, and I was under like those big buckets that was about to dump on you. And all of a sudden, just seconds before it dumped on me, I saw somebody out of the corner of my eye. It looked to be the employee again. And of course, he was waving me over. At this point, I was kind of creeped out. So, after all this stuff happened, I went back to the roller coaster park. But, again, I got on the Banshee. And then I saw the same employee. This time, he wasn't waving me over. He had a gun to his head. Now I was very scared. I asked somebody. I went to another employee and asked them about this employee dressed in a red suit and a white cap. Now this is the scariest thing that ever happened. They told me that this, let's just say that the employee's face lit up with shock. She told me that I just best described the employee that shot himself in the head about a year back. Now, I do believe in paranormal stuff. I don't know if I was seeing a dead person, and if it was the employee's ghost. I don't want this to sound crazy or not, but I think that the employee might haunt somebody. Just be careful out there, guys.